Okay, guys, this airplane, the Chinese Q5 early, was quite a surprise for me. I have to say that I was skeptic at first. I didn't think this airplane would amount to anything, and once I started flying it, I was pleasantly surprised. Even stock, this airplane has possibilities. Now, your guns are not that good, you don't have any bombs yet at the time, but you have speed. And as long as you keep using that speed, you're off pretty good. I mean, you're at the 9.0 battle rating, which is pretty darn good. And if you look at your modifications, you can see there's no missiles, there's no countermeasures, there's just cannons, bombs, and rockets, and that's it. And you are actually, if you do this right, at least the way I do it, I'm not saying you're doing it wrong, but if you do it right, you can do pretty good missions. I mean, you won't be in first place, you won't get 3 kills, but you'll be able, and like I always say, you will be able to survive the game. You will be able to bomb the bases or the tanks or the flak, anything, pillboxes, anything you can think of, you'll be able to bomb it as long as you really use this as a strike aircraft. If you do anything different, if you try to turn fight with this, yeah, you're lost. The cannons are not that very good, and the bombs are kind of small, because if you look at the bombs, you get 250 kg bombs, you get 4 of them, and that's it. That's all you get. And even though you get small amount of bombs, small kgs, you still be able to do pretty good damage, especially if you try to like kill vehicles or tanks, or if you get in the bigger maps, the AMBs and the flags, blah blah blah. So anyway, so I was quite surprised, and we'll jump into the video here shortly. As you can see, I have not completely upgraded the entire plane yet, but I really put my focus on the weapons to start with, because right out the gate you have pretty good speed with this airplane. You don't have turn ratio whatsoever. If you look up here, it says 24 seconds turn time. It feels like forever. You can't outturn almost anything out there. I mean, the B-57 bomber outturns me. So anyway, so the Q5 early China, yeah, Q5 early from China, and 9.0 battle rating. And as I said previously, I was kind of surprised about this airplane, because when I first started out with this, I thought this was just like China. Most of the airplanes they have are copies of the Russian MiGs or Yaks or whatever they are. This is not, which surprised me, and that was another surprise. So anyway, going into these battles, at first, you know, you like to kill airplanes. No, doesn't work out very good, especially when you're still stock. Your 23mm cannons just are horrible, absolutely horrible. And then you got your turn rate, and your turn rate is not in your favor either. So flying like multiple missions when I first started off without bombs, and you're trying to get some research points to get your first upgrades, it's kind of tough. You start off really trying to feel out this airplane and trying to see, where do we stand? Where do I stand with this airplane? What can I do with this airplane? And it took me a little bit, because really trying to kill any kind of fighter jet or so, it's not gonna happen. And if you do, you're lucky. So it's really basically because you're strike aircraft, it's ground targets, and that's what I focused on the most. And then my first upgrades were, of course, bombs and ammo first, I think, and then the bombs, because the ammo stock really was bad. And then you go from there. But the main focus for this airplane is get your bombs and start going for ground targets. You're so flippin' fast with this airplane. You get there quick, you get there first, and you can turn around and get back to the base or airfield and reload. And even if something is on your tail, most of the times, if you do it right, you can shake them off. You're faster. So you really got a fairly good airplane that has possibilities to escape your enemies. Now, missiles, like I said, you don't have any missiles and you don't have any countermeasures, so you don't even have to worry about trying to catch an enemy. And if you do, you have to be lucky, like here, that B-57, trying to catch up with it, and hopefully you can get a good shot on it, or at least damage it or kill it, either or. And right here, that airplane just outturns me. So at that point, we're really like low on airplanes in this game, and we're running towards the end. So I'm deciding to, like, okay, let's try this. A B-57, I can handle that. Well, so did somebody else. But yeah, main thing is hit and run. This airplane is a hit and run. Get your ground targets, move. I don't even tried it, but I don't think you have enough bombs to even bomb a base completely. You got 1,000 kgs, and I think it takes way more than that. Excuse me. So, and that's just in general what you do. Bomb ground targets, return to the base, reload, and go again. I don't even have rockets on this right now, so but I don't even think I will use them if I do get them. So favorite maps though for this airplane is the bigger ones. The ones where you're like 60 kilometers apart, but it is really, for this airplane, a very good map, because you can get to those ground targets where there's a lot of flak and BMGs, and you can bomb those, return to the base, and do that those matches. You can do it about 3 or 4 times, depending on. And later on in the games, if you get towards the end and there's only 1, 2, maybe 3 airplanes left on each team, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, you can actually try to kill an airplane if you want to. Right here, I'm trying to get a pillbox, see how accurate my bombing is. Not too bad, but not close enough. I managed to do this once or twice, but yeah, at the end of the bigger maps, you can try to kill some airplanes, especially the one that are not suspecting you whatsoever. And I had really good success with the bigger maps, and got probably the most research points on those bigger maps. So and this too, at this point we're at like close to the end of the game, and I'm deciding I'm going for this M63 163. And as you can see, my speed, I put my war emergency power on web, and I'm trying to like get to that 163, but I'm not trying to turn fight it, because I'll lose it. Either one of those G91s, A4E, and ME163, I will lose a turn fight. So it's just shoot and run. And then if you get away far enough, turn around and try that boom and zoom technique again. And that's really pretty much the only thing that you can do with this airplane. Like, you have to get lucky. Like I said, no missiles, no countermeasures. So you're sitting duck. One advice I'll give you, and it's not, I haven't had a missile shot at me in this game whatsoever, which is really good, and I like that. But I give you some advice: if you ever have to escape a missile in an airplane that does not have any countermeasures yet, or will not have any, period, look this up. It's called a snap roll, and it's full elevator up, aileron left or right, and then rudder opposite. So if you hold those 3, take your finger off the weapon power, and you're most likely escape a missile 9 out of 10 times. Anyways, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Bye.